This court's going to call cause number 51790. This appears to be in the 356 District Court of Hardin County, Texas, and it's in the interest of Joey and Elijah Foe. Mr. Stoney Foe and Miss Jenny Foe and any other witnesses that are going to testify, please raise your right hands.
My sister's working inside. That's where I'm at, sitting inside in front of her building. If she can testify, I didn't know if she could or couldn't.
Well, she can, but she's got to be there to be under oath.
Oh.
What's she going to testify to?
Well, she's been right there through the whole process of everything because me and Jenny, we had joint custody of Elijah, 50-50 down the middle, 7 on, 7 off. The kids were with me most of their life. 3 weeks out of a month, they were with me. I never asked anything from her. And, you know, that's how it was done. And
Right. Well, I tell you what, when we get toward the end of the hearing, if I think I need more testimony, I'll let you go get your sister. Okay.
Yes, sir. That'll work.
All right. Kim Shaw, are you testifying?
Yes, sir.
Kim Shaw, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. All right, Ms. Brown-Zito, your witnesses have been called. Do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
All right, you call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I would call Miss Foe. Will you please state your name?
Jenny Folks.
I'm sorry, I'm pulling up the document, Your Honor. And we're here today to talk about your children, Jolie and Elijah. Is that correct?
Yes.
How old are they?
Jolie is 22. Elijah is 17.
And who do they live with?
Me.
Do they primarily live with you?
Yes.
Okay. The last order that was done, it was in 2013, a final decree of divorce.
Yes, that's correct.
And you're here to try to modify that to what he is making now.
Correct.
Could you tell me how the children are covered for health insurance?
Medicaid.
Do they have any other insurance other than state insurance?
No.
How long have they had that for a while?
Yes.
Okay. And are you still in agreement with this court order that set child support based on a gross monthly wage of $3,933.41?
Is that like yearly or was that
monthly?
The one they did? Oh, 3,000 monthly?
$39.33 monthly gross.
Yes, I agree with that.
With the order that you signed.
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, do you know if he has any other minor children? Ms. Foe?
You talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Your Honor, I would pass this witness.
Call your next witness.
I would call Mr. Foe. Will you please state your name?
My name is Stoney Folks.
And where do you work?
I work at Brian's Automotive. I've been there for 10 years.
So you've been there. Do you get paid hourly or do you get paid a salary?
I get paid hourly. It's like $13 an hour, but for every car that comes in, I get paid a little bit more. Sometimes my check's only $500 a week. Sometimes it's a little bit more. It ain't a set thing.
Okay. Do you get paid? You say you get paid weekly?
I do get paid weekly.
Do you have insurance available for your children through your work?
No, ma'am, I don't. I got insurance for myself, and I had a mild stroke back in January, and the bills are eating me up right now. And the kids was with me most from 2013 all the way up till this past year. They were with me most of the time. My daughter, that's 22, that has a baby. She had her own place for 3 years.
Hey,
It was,
Mr. Poe,
she-
Mr. Poe,
yes, sir.
wait for Ms. Brown-Zito to ask you a question, okay?
Okay. All right. Yes, sir.
But at this time, they're living with their mom?
They're
Yes,
not,
ma'am.
there's only one child left, Ms. Brown-Zito.
There are two, Your Honor.
One of them was 23.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So Elijah lives with his mom?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Right now he does, because me and my daughter. Well, I'll let you.
Your Honor, I would pass. Do you have any other minor children other than Elijah? Mr. Foe?
No, ma'am, I don't. Just Jolie and Elijah.
Okay, I would pass the witness, Your Honor.
Call your next witness.
I would call Ms. Shaw.
Is she going to testify to what's in the CSRP?
She's going to testify to what his wages are. I mean, we're happy with going forward with what is in the CSRP, but she's going to
She's
testify.
been sworn. Go ahead.
Would you please state your name?
I'm Shaw.
And where do you work?
I work for the Office of the Attorney General,
How long have you worked there?
29 years.
And what is your current title that you hold?
I am a financial specialist.
And in your capacity in your different roles that you've had, have you had occasion to review the wages of our customers?
I have.
And did you do so in this case?
I did.
What did you learn as far as Mr. Foe?
I learned that another government entity provided wages in the amount of $12,696 for the first quarter of 2023. Same government entity provided the fourth quarter of 2022 wages of $12,356.80. Third quarter of 2022, $12,952.40. Second quarter of 2022, $12,552.70. For an approximately monthly gross of $3,434.95.
Do you have any recommendations for an amount for medical support?
That can't be right. Ms. Shaw, didn't you just say that he was getting over $12,000 a quarter?
Yes, sir.
Why wouldn't that be over 4,000 a month? There's 3 months in each quarter, right?
Yes, sir.
If he's making over 12,000 in each quarter, that would be 4,000, not 34.
You're correct. My apologies.
Yeah, just the math wasn't adding up.
$4,213.16.
Go ahead, Ms. Brown-Zito.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Call you next week.
I have no further witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Foe, I got some questions. You ready?
Sir.
All right. So what Mr. Foe said is correct. And your original divorce decree, y'all were given a joint custody order where you were doing week on and week off. Is that correct?
Yes, originally, yes, that was the,
But now one of your children is emancipated and Elijah is the only child left under the age of 18. Is that also correct?
correct,
And Elijah's living with you.
correct.
Does Elijah go visit with Mr. Foe?
Occasionally.
All right. About how often would you say that he goes to visit?
Maybe a couple times a month.
Okay. And when he's over there a couple times a month, is he over there for the weekend? Is he over there for a week? I mean, how does the visitation go?
Usually no more than a day or two, usually
Okay.
just a day.
So would it be safe for me to say, according to your testimony, Ms. Foe, that Elijah is no longer going week to week with his father?
That's correct.
And how long has that been going on? How long has it been since Elijah stopped going over spending week to week with his dad?
Since January of 2017.
2017.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, would it be safe for me to say that during that time period, that's when did the other child stop coming to spend week to week with you at that time?
They both stopped spending week to week with him at that time in January of 2017.
All right. Well, I mean, I can't go back in time and fix that. All I can do is what I can do today. You understand?
Yes, sir.
No. Do you know why Elijah stopped going to spend week to weeks with his dad?
At the time that they stopped, he was living with a woman, and she had two boys, and they were getting into altercations with our boy.
Okay.
And then they were having our daughter, which is older, babysit their kids a lot. And then something happened between the two of them, and the lady threw all my kids' stuff out in the rain. And so my kids were just upset and just decided they didn't want to go week to week anymore.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Foe. Mr. Foe, just for the record, now, according to what you said, and you are correct, the court order says that you're supposed to have your kids week to week with Ms. Foe, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. But that hasn't been happening with Elijah for the last several months. Is that correct?
No, Elijah spent the night with me over the weekend, and
Okay.
he drives
I mean,
back and forth.
Is he spending a week on with you and then a week with Miss Foe?
Actually, not right now, not at this
Okay.
moment, not at this time. We was me and my daughter.
How long
was
has
gonna
it
plan on-
been? How long has it been, Mr. Foe, since Elijah actually spent a week with you at a time?
About two. He lived the whole year with me in 2021.
Okay.
The whole year.
But
And then she
Listen.
let her dog.
Mr. Foe, I understand that there's a story you want to tell me, but I need you to understand that I can't hear your story. Okay. I have to hear what's going on now, today, not what happened 2 years ago, because this lawsuit was just filed last month.
I know.
All right. So, and that I'm assuming based on the testimony of Ms. Foe, that's the reason why it was filed, was because Elijah's no longer staying with you week to week. So just answer my question if you can.
Elijah would come with me. He would live with me if I had my own place. I'm taking care of my mom right now.
Okay. So even if you had, I mean, he would come stay with you, but he can't right now because of your living conditions.
I just need another room. Yes.
Huh.
And he would.
How long have you been staying in the current situation that you're in now?
A year now.
Okay.
Yes, a year.
Oh.
I got my sister right here. Like you said, if you needed a.
Well, is she going to tell me
ask her.
something different about what you've been doing the last year with Elijah?
Do you want to?
No. That's not what I asked. I
Oh.
didn't ask her. I asked you. Is she going to tell me
I mean,
something different than what you just told me? She going to contradict what you just said?
No. Elijah does what he wants. Elijah does what he wants. He comes back and forth.
There you go. Is there anything else, Mr. Foe, that you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
And before she filed that motion, the only thing I have that was left over, I gave my kids land. I signed over land that I could probably sold for $70,000. I wanted them to have something good. I'm the one I'm in the schools. I'm the one that goes to the ARD meeting. Today, if it wasn't for me, Elijah wouldn't be here, because I'm the one that took him to the doctor. I'm the one that kept insurance on him. My sister is the one that helped me get insurance on him because she didn't hold her end up.
Right. Okay. You know, here's the thing, Mr. Foe, I need you to understand, all right? There's lots of things that happened between 2013 and 2023.
This is 21 when all this happened, when I had him in school in Lumberton.
Right.
And he was with me for the whole year.
Right. Are you done, or you'll keep interrupting me?
Sorry.
See, the problem is, Mr. Foe, is that you've had years in order to try to take care of something on this for yourself, and you didn't. And I understand it's just not something that's pressing, but it's pressing now. And so I have to rule on the motion that's in front of me today. I can't rule on something that you wished you had filed. Okay. The simple facts is that your divorce in 2013 split the custody of these children so that they were week on with you and week on with the mother. Now, one of those children is no longer a child. She's 23 years old. or 22
Right.
years old, one or the other. So she's not a child anymore. Her circumstances, while they're important, they're not important to me because she's no longer a minor in my court. You understand? Only Elijah is important to me now.
Right.
The simple fact of the matter is your divorce decree gave you week on and week off, but y'all are not exercising. You're not exercising week on and week off.
Well,
Right.
Elijah, when he started driving, he was going back and forth to my house.
Well, but
And
even
I'm
by your
talking
own
about-
testimony, Mr. Foe, you said he's not living
Well, he
with
would
you
come
week on
over-
and week off.
He'll come over to my
Yeah.
house and stay for 2 or 3 days.
Right.
He might stay at his cousin's house for 2 or 3 days because
Right.
it's summer. Go to
Right.
my sister's house. They stay over at my sister's house all the time.
Huh?
All the time. Not his mom, over
Right.
there at my sister's. And time on medical bills. Well, I don't know if you want to hear that.
Well, I mean, it's important to you, Mr. Foe, but it doesn't have anything to do with how I set the child support. I mean, your
I mean,
bills are your
And
bills.
anything that the kids they need, I always gave to them.
And
Always.
Mr. Foe,
And
I
they were
want you
with
to-
me. They were with me all the time. And they're
then
still,
you
they
should
come.
then you should have filed a lawsuit, Mr. Foe, yourself to get it changed. I can't go back in time and make the facts are what they were 3 or 4 years ago, or even 2
Well,
years.
the child support, I was only paying like $60 a month. If
Right.
that.
Well, that's about to change.
I don't know what to do. I guess I can give up insurance, give my truck up.
Ms. Brown Zito, in this divorce decree, does either parent have the right to establish the primary residence? Do you know off the top of your head, Ms. Brown?
I do not. I'm pulling it up. I've just pulled it up, Your Honor.
That's all right. Thank you.
I'm looking through that right now.
They don't. I'm just wanting to see if you knew.
And the land I gave them, our house burnt down in 2013.
This-
And
Mr.
it's
Foe,
just been a
I
nightmare.
don't mean to keep interrupting you, Mr. Foe. This is not about whether or not you're a good parent. This is not about whether or not you think that you're doing what you're supposed to do to support your kids. Child support is about you paying child support to the parent who's primarily caring for the children. You giving land to your children is not helping Miss Foe at all.
Well, it ain't about that. What about the whole year that he was with me in 2022? When
Did
she
you
said
file-
that they,
Did you file a lawsuit, Mr. Foe, to change the order
I-
then?
I didn't have to. I mean, why should I? I mean,
But the AG's
Okay, well-
office did.
okay, well, let me ask you this.
Did you,
If he
did you
was with me
apply,
a year,
did you apply to the AG's office to ask them to change your court order?
no, sir, I didn't.
She did.
What about letting her daughter claim taxes when she did not Jolie, but I raised her daughter, and she never went after the other guy for child support. She got an older daughter.
So we're
Claim
talking about,
Elijah.
now we're talking about your child. You're asking me questions about why your child didn't do something?
Hang on, do what? Sean? No, I'm talking about like when Elijah was with me in 21. She let her daughter that was living with her.
I don't know who
Cassie
she
Patch.
is. I don't know
It's
who she
Cassie. Cassie Patch. That's Jenny's daughter. She had a daughter before Elijah and Jolie. I
Okay.
raised her.
Right?
Okay, she let Cassie claim Elijah
Huh.
in 21
Huh.
and says she supported him, and
Okay.
she did not support him at all.
So what you're saying is that the mother, Miss Foe, allowed some third person to claim
Yes,
your
sir.
child. Let me ask the question, okay? We're on the record here, Mr. Foe. Y'all are all under oath.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can turn this whole video over to a federal prosecutor and see if they want to prosecute the crime I'm about to ask about.
Yes, sir.
So you're telling me that some third party was allowed to claim a child not their own on their federal income taxes?
Yes, sir.
I am not a federal judge, Mr. Foe. I'm a state district judge. I don't have any authority over federal law.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm with you. Okay.
All right. Anything further, Ms. Brown Zito?
No, Your Honor.
Well, I don't like the fact that nobody has primary custody.
My
But
kids can testify. They're
To
old
what?
enough. I
To
mean, if
what?
you want to ask them question, how many times Elijah sees me?
well, but I asked you, and you said that he's not spending week to week with you like he was before. You said he didn't want to. Or
No,
couldn't because-
he comes
Mr.
over
Foe,
here because
Mr. Foe, did you not just tell me that based on your living arrangements currently, that Elijah didn't want to stay with you week to week because of where you live and taking care of your mother? Isn't that what you
well,
said?
he comes. I did say that, sir.
Well,
I mean, but he
So now you
comes
want to
and
contradict
stays over
yourself?
there. No, sir, I don't. All right.
You see, I mean, that's where I go. I got to take you for what you said. I have to assume that what you told me is the truth. You can't change
But
it up, Mr. Foe.
he sees me a lot more than what she's relying.
Well,
And
I'm
he does say
glad.
that.
I'm glad.
And I'm
I mean,
in their
I'm glad
life.
you're an involved parent. I am. I think that's great.
I was in all their counseling. The school put me as number one household
Right.
parent for all the schools, for all the meetings. I take off work. I miss work. And I go to all their counseling. I went to all their ARD meetings. She didn't go to none of them but one. And I'm the one that changed him from Silsbee School to Lumberton because I wanted to keep a better eye. She almost got sued twice because she couldn't get Elijah to school when he was with her.
Anything further, Ms. Brown Zito?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to confirm the child support order according to what's been filed with the court today. I'm going to make the amendment that the new numbers are not going to start until July the 1st of 2023. Y'all shouldn't file lawsuits, Ms. Brown Zito, at the end of May and expect to have a hearing in the case within 10 days. That's probably something y'all shouldn't do. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Foe and Mr. Foe, they're going to send me an order as long as it matches what I said here today. I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. Then they're going to make a copy of it and send it to each of you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. I wish you both the best of luck. You're both free.
Well, well, well. Judge Webster laying down the law again. Interesting case, considering the child's 17, probably isn't going to be on child support for that much longer. But this once again goes to show why, if you have a court order that is not being followed, it is very smart of you to try and file a motion about that as soon as possible. Let me know what you guys thought about that video down in the comments below. Make sure you've clocked in for your shift by hitting that like button, and I hope you have a great day. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.